guys, Mrs. Wagner here. You kind of snuck up on me. I was just browsing through our last and final read aloud of the school year. We're going to read The Darkest Dark today. I'll get back to that in a moment. So, like I said, this is our final read aloud of the school year. I can't believe it's already that time of the year that this is our last story. I wish that things could have been so much different this year, especially the fact that I wish we could have all been together and I could have read these stories to you guys in person. Sometimes we don't always get what we wish for, but I really, really hope you guys have enjoyed all of the books that I've chosen. It's okay if you didn't like all of them. I hope you've at least liked most of them or some of them. I hope you not only enjoyed the books, but I hope you were able to hear what a fluent reader sounds like, because that's the goal for you guys, to be fluent readers and build that comprehension. Be able to talk about a story front and back, inside and out, without looking back in the story, remembering details of what you read, okay? Because we know we read for enjoyment, but we also have to know and understand what we're reading, okay? So I know we're only in first grade. We're just building on those skills, but I hope as you were listening to me read, you were able to remember characters' names, settings. Was there a problem, a solution? Today we're going to talk about author's purpose, so I hope you're easily able to identify the author's purpose, because I know by this point in the year, you guys are author's purpose professionals. You guys have been there, done that, you got this down. Okay, so the story I chose for you is called The Darkest Dark, and this is actually written by an astronaut. His name is Chris Hadfield, and he is a real person. He's a real astronaut. Take a look. In the back of my book on the sleeve, here is our author, Mr. Chris Hadfield, the real astronaut. Super, super cool. So on the back of the book, it says, this is the story of a boy who faced his fears and went on to reach the stars. Okay, so hopefully this is an inspiring story as well. Now, I told you, our author's purpose, sometimes it's super, super easy to identify the author's purpose. Maybe looking at the cover of the book, like the book we have here. Maybe looking at the title. Maybe both. Sometimes we might not know the author's purpose until we start reading the story, or maybe even finish reading the story. However you're able to figure out the author's purpose, we all learn differently. So I just hope we all come up with the same author's purpose, however we get it, okay? So this is the story about Chris, okay? Here's a little boy, Chris, and he shares something in common with Mrs. Wagner. He is scared of the dark. I know, it's super crazy. How is Mrs. Wagner scared of the dark? She's an adult. Big people aren't supposed to be scared of the dark, but I'm going to tell you, that is my biggest fear, that I'm so scared of the dark, especially outside, because just like Chris, my mind plays tricks on me. Even though this is a really tree, in my head, in my mind, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, is that a monster? Is that a bad, scary person, like all those scary movies I watched as a kid? And everybody's minds actually play tricks on them, but I grew up with scary movies, and every time I'm outside, that's what pops in my head, that, oh my gosh, that's a scary person, or oh my God, what's out there, what's out there? You just don't know. So just like this boy, Chris, he's imagining all these scary things, when in reality, it's just a tree and a bunch of bushes. Okay? So, and like I said, it's about how he faced his fears, the dark, and he went on to reach the stars. So I am going to take this sleeve off just because it's a little bit easier for me. This is the sleeve. It protects the hardcover books. Okay, so as I'm reading, I want you to identify the author's purpose. As you learned all school year, and even at the beginning of the week, I recapped, authors choose to write stories for 3 reasons, and we use the acronym PIE, remember? Not like the pie you eat, but P-I-E, persuade, inform, and entertain. Are they trying to get me to do something, to believe something, to change my mind or opinion? Are they trying to teach me something? Or are they trying to entertain me? Are they going to tell me a really good story? Okay, so as I'm reading, your job is to figure out the author's purpose and what clues in this story helped you figure out the author's purpose. You can't just say it was P just because I know, okay? We're going on to 2nd grade, and the last couple of weeks we've been talking a ton about textual evidence, finding proof in the story, finding proof in the passage. How did you get your answer? You didn't just pull it out of thin air. You didn't just guess. There's proof of how I got my answer. Okay? So that's what we're working on again this week. All right. Without further ado, because I'll just keep talking to you guys because I love you, here is The Darkest Dark by Chris Hadfield. All right, here he is. Chris was an astronaut, an important and very busy astronaut. I love his imagination. When it was time to take a bath, he told his mother, "I'd love to, but I'm saving the planet from aliens." So look how cute. He put little alien antenna on his little pug. I love children's imaginations. All right. Oh, look at him. When it was time to get out of the bath and go to bed, he told his father, politely, because astronauts are always polite, "Sorry, no can do. I'm on my way to Mars." An astronaut's work is never done. So astronauts do not like to sleep. And you can see he's kind of scared right now. Look at his facial expressions. He's kind of scared. He's eyeing out the window. And look, he's just imagining all these scary things. So what happens when you guys get scared at night? What do? I wonder if Chris is going to do the same thing that we do as kids when we're scared at night. Look at, there he is. Did you guys say we go to mom and dad's bed? But their parents do. "You're a big boy now," said Chris's father. "You have to sleep in your own bed." I know, even my children, I have 3 kids, as you guys know. One's a baby, so she's going to sleep with me because I got to make sure she's okay. But the 2 toddlers, they're always sneaking in my bed to sleep with me, and I love it, but at the same time, mommy needs her space. So Chris is a big boy, and they're like, even astronauts, even big boys, you need to go sleep in your own bed. So take a look. I bet a lot of us, this is what we picture at nighttime when we're in our rooms alone, scared, trying to go to sleep. And Chris tried. He really did. But his room was dark. Very, very dark. The kind of dark that attracts the worst sort of aliens. So look at, this is all in his imagination. He's thinking of all these aliens and all these scary things being in the room with him. That's why he can't sleep. Now, when I'm outside or when I'm in the house and it's dark, I don't think of aliens. I just think of somebody's in the house that's going to get me, whether it's a scary monster. Monsters are real. Or whether it's a person that wants to hurt me. I don't really think of aliens because I like aliens. I definitely believe in aliens. Oh, look, he's trying to go back. His parents are frustrated. But his parents meant it. Chris was going to sleep in his own bed tonight. So as scared as he is, his parents are like, you're going to your own bed. And look at Dad's walking him back. Well, look, they're checking his underwear. What's going on with that? His mom and dad checked under his bed, in the closet, and even in his underwear drawer. They declared the room 100% alien-free. Do you guys have that at home, whether you're mom or dad, maybe big sister, big brother, cousin? Do they check the room to make sure there's no aliens or monsters? Look at this. He's got a nightlight. They tucked Chris in. They turned on the nightlight. They even gave him a special bell to ring if he was nervous. Oh, look, there's one of those aliens. And look at him. He's just ringing it. They took the bell away. So, yes, let's use a different reading skill. Let's use inferencing. Based on what you just heard, based on the pictures, why do you guys think Mom and Dad took that bell away? Okay, Mom and Dad are in there now. And then his father said something that worried Chris even more than the dark did. "One more peep, young man, and I'm afraid we'll all be too tired to go next door tomorrow." Ooh, I wonder what they're doing next door tomorrow. But tomorrow would be a special day, a very special day. Chris had to go next door. His life pretty much depended on it. Take a look at that. It worked because Chris and his little puppy went right to sleep. What do you guys think they're talking about next door? What's going on that he's like, okay, I'll put all the alien talk aside. We got to get next door. So Chris stayed in his own bed without a peep. It took a long time to fall asleep, but when he did, he had his favorite dream. He flew a spaceship all the way to the moon. And look, there's his little puppy with him. Oh, Chris and Albert. His dog's name is Albert. Look at all those aliens outside, all those scary monsters. The next day seemed to last forever. But finally, when the moon was shining over the lake, the summer wind was ruffling the leaves in the trees, Chris ran next door. Ooh, what's going on next door? We're finally going to find out. The house was already full of people, all gathered around the TV. The only TV on the whole island. Look at Chris. He's so excited. Take a look what he has in his hand. What do you guys think is going to be on the TV? Knowing what you know about Chris, that he's going to be so excited for. Let's see. Did you guys have the same idea? Chris found a spot where he could go through the crowd, and what he saw was astronauts, real live astronauts on the actual far away moon. They were wearing puffy white suits and jumping for joy, jumping so high because there was so much less gravity there. Definitely explains why Chris did not want to miss going next door. The grown-ups huddled around the TV, and they were amazed. Their whole lives long, they never expected to see this sight. Even Chris, who had been to the moon just the night before, was amazed. He'd never really noticed how dark it was there. Outer space was the darkest dark ever. Look, now they're outside. Remember, they're at the lake house, so they're looking at the moon. That night, Chris did a little experiment. He turned off all the lights in his room, even the night light. It was still dark. Very, very dark. There were still shadows that looked a little, well, alien. Nothing had changed, but Chris had changed. So look at all those aliens that are still there. Chris changed. Watching those astronauts on the moon, something changed. He'd seen the darkness of the universe was so much bigger and deeper than the darkness of his room. But he was not afraid. He wanted to explore every corner of the night sky. For the first time, Chris could see the power and mystery and velvety black beauty of the dark. And he realized you're never really alone there. Your dreams are always with you, just waiting. Big dreams about the kind of person you want to be. Wonderful dreams about the life you will live. And we know in the beginning of the story, found on the first page, Chris wanted to be an astronaut. Dreams that can actually come true. The end. And this is just information about our astronaut friend, Chris. And like I showed you in the sleeve of the book, he actually became a real-life astronaut. So he put his fear of the dark aside when he saw the astronauts on the moon, and he actually became an astronaut in the vast, dark universe. Super cool story. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you were able to identify the author's purpose and find textual evidence. But like I said, most importantly, I really, really hope you enjoyed our last read aloud. That was a really cute one. The Darkest Dark by Chris Hadfield, a real astronaut. So this story was really about him. I always find those books super, super cool. All right, guys, good luck with Author's Purpose. I hope you enjoyed The Darkest Dark, And I hope maybe it would inspired you